You ever had a client or manager tell you, make it different, unique, or my personal favorite, make it pop? For many, that sounds like the perfect recipe for a groundbreaking design, something that stops people in their tracks. But here's the reality. Most users aren't looking for eye-popping novelty. Whether that's buying something online, checking their bank account, or tracking their calories, they just want to get things done. This is a UX design principle known as Jacob's Law. Jacob's Law says that users prefer websites and apps to work in the same way as other familiar sites and apps. In other words, people have expectations based on all the digital experiences that they interact with every day. This means that when you design an interface, you're not creating something in a vacuum. Instead, you're entering a conversation that already has a set of rules. Imagine having to relearn a new layout every time you visit a new website, constantly having to look for the menu button. Jacob's Law isn't about playing it safe. It's about building intuitive, predictable experiences that users are familiar with. Here are some examples of Jacob's Law. The first is navigation menus. Most websites place their main navigation at the top or on the left. This consistency makes it easy for users to find what they need. The same is with search bars. The search bar is usually at the top of a page because, well, users expect it there. Checkout processes. Have you ever noticed that most e-commerce sites resemble Amazon's checkout process? Lastly, forms. Forms almost always ask for your name first, then your email, and then additional details. Imagine if you walked into a public restroom and instead of finding a familiar toilet, you see this. What is this? It might be interesting for a minute, but when nature calls, you'd probably be more frustrated than impressed. That's what happens when design strays too far from what users expect. As designers, our job isn't to reinvent the wheel. It's to make that wheel spin more smoothly. Just like you might upgrade a toilet with a touchless flush or a more comfortable seat, you can enhance a familiar design with thoughtful improvements that boost usability without sacrificing the sense of familiar. Often, stakeholders might call a conventional design boring or safe. But here's the truth. The people who use your product are not searching for an avant-garde masterpiece. They're looking for efficiency and ease. Remember, your design is only a small part of the vast digital ecosystem that your users navigate every day. They're comparing your interface with hundreds of others. So if yours feels off, even by a little, they'll notice, and not in a good way. That's why Jacob's Law isn't about stifling creativity. It's about guiding users to their goal in the most frictionless way possible. So, next time someone pushes for something wildly unique, just for the sake of being different, remind them of Jacob's Law. Because the true magic of design isn't about chasing the new, it's about knowing what works.